It's Tim Albright with AVNation at the Harman booth at ISE 2017 with my buddy Shaun Robinson.
Hey Tim.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic.
You busy?
Oh, just a little.
I'm not even talking about this show.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we got a lot of busy engineers back at the Shaun.
Well, and here's the thing. So Shaun is a good friend, and I've got to know him over the last 3 or 4 years. You know Shaun Robinson is busy when you call him 4 or 5 times, and he shoots you an email and says, "I'll get to you. Stop calling me. I'll get to you." You've got some really wicked things, dude.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, you came out with Enzo,
right?
Which is the presentation system. You come in and really cool stuff, send stuff to Dropbox and things like that.
Right.
And now you've kind of expanded on that, and the new line is called Ascendo.
Ascendo, yes.
And one of the really cool parts of this, and we talked to David about, and Lee about some of the integrated solutions that Harman has been able to do.
Right.
Ascendo AMX is bringing in JBL.
JBL, exactly.
Talk about how that product developed and
Sure.
what it, obviously what it is.
Sure. Well, yeah. First of all, Ascendo is a product family, and as we're looking into targeting into the corporate market vertical and looking at the huddle space, where there's a lot of activities that are very common, such as web conferencing and sharing content, right? So we looked at how we deliver that whole experience, but do so in a really cost-effective way, but it's also really, really easy to install by an IT technician. And we want to also use the Harman expertise in delivering a great audiovisual experience. So Ascendo Core, there's 3 parts of the Ascendo family. Ascendo Core is the collaboration platform. That is where we've learned a lot on Enzo as a wireless presentation device, but people wanted to do other things. We've implemented a lot of that in Ascendo Core, Skype for Business, things like that. And so that's a collaboration platform, but then it's like, okay, that's what connects into the cloud, connects into Skype, and Microsoft Exchange, but what actually delivers the audio-visual experience? That's Ascendo Vibe. And this was I was telling you yesterday, Tim, this was a super fun project because we actually got to work with the consumer side of Harman that does all the fantastic JBL products, the JBL Flips, the JBL Extremes. These are the guys that designed some unbelievable microphone technology, and AEC technology, and amazing speaker drivers in very small packages. And that was Ascendo Vibe. So it's basically a collaboration or conferencing soundbar.
Okay.
We've implemented our Sereno camera technology, so 120-degree field of view, but taken in the JBL drivers designed in California by our JBL team and the microphones to get a great audiovisual experience for the room. I mean, and I've heard the speakers, and they blow you away, right?
So not only is it a really, I haven't seen the audiovisual experience, I'll take your word for it, but from the other side, as you walk into the room, it's a really cool visual experience from that angle.
Yes.
Because you've got, I mean, there's fabric and there's different designs and stuff like that.
Yeah, so basically as we looked into the huddle spaces of today and the modern office environments and the interior designs of the modern office environments, it's a lot of fabric, a lot of cloth, a lot of natural materials. You're actually just beginning to see it in consumer products like Google Home, where it's fabric on the bottom, right? Because they're wanting it to be, they want technology to look like technology anymore. So we actually worked on creating a new design aesthetic that actually looks more like furniture than it does look like technology. Yeah. So again, focusing on that modern office interior design.
It looks slick.
Yeah.
When is all this available?
Late summer on Ascendo Core and Ascendo Vibe. There's another piece of that which is Ascendo Book, formerly known as Room Book, but as a easy to install, great user experience type product, it fits into this huddle space and corporate solution. So it became Ascendo Book, and there's some new features we put in the Room Book to bring it there, but it's Ascendo Book now. So now it's 3 pieces of family today. Ascendo Book is shipping in March. Room Book's already shipping. It's just a firmware update in March. But the other 2 products will be shipping later in the summer.
All right.
Yeah.
Other thing I wanted to talk about that's in your booth. About a year or so ago, AMX purchased SVSi.
SVSi, right.
Great, cool, you've got the boxes and the stream and stuff like that. One of the things that at least I expected as a former tech manager and somebody that kind of watches the industry, these all-in-one boxes have become popular.
Right.
9 years-ish, 10 years-ish. I actually expected what we're going to talk about, and you guys are showing it here at the booth, where your all-in-one, AMX's all-in-one box now has SVSi built into it.
Right. So this is it's a 6x2 switcher, right? Presentation switcher.
Presentation switcher.
4K 60, 444, HDMI 2.0, HSP 2.2, all the things that we need today, right? But what's really cool about this product is it has a networked AV slots, input and output, so you can wire it up and send inputs and outputs however you want with encoders and decoders using all the networked AV cards, the N1000, 2000, or 3000 line, depending on the application. So some really common applications in education, active learning, it's a fantastic solution where you can route student content, AV over IP into the presentation switcher from the lectern and then back out. Also overflow spaces, taking it out an H.264 card into a remote learning system or into an overflow space. It's super easy to do now that we incorporate networked AV into the switching platform.
Well, and also not to put too fine a point on it, when what I call presentation switchers, all-in-one switchers, also has control.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely, yeah.
Has to have that part, otherwise, in my mind, you can't call it an all-in-one box.
Right.
So that has all of that into it.
Yeah, it does, and actually we're leveraging some of the technologies that SVSi created on control. So they have this technology called Panel Builder. So all your software is actually in the box. You can create your own HTML5 touch panel, and it serves it up
straight from there.
Straight from the box.
Okay.
The application rides on the box, create it, and it serves it up from the box. So there's no app that you have to install on a mobile device. You just browse into it, and there's your experience right there. On a tablet or phone, or we even have Madero panels that run that same software, so they can browse in too. So whatever the customer wants to do, we can do it from that box. It's really slick.
Again, when is that shipping?
That is shipping in May.
That one's shipping?
Yep.
So right before Infocom, you can say at Infocom, this is already shipping.
This is already shipping, right.
All right, very good. How do people find out about AMX or Harman in general?
Oh, one more thing on SVSi, so sorry. 4K 60, 444 over 1 gig. So
okay, how are you doing that?
It's some really great encoding technology and an FPGA, but the Huntsville team, the networked AV team has done some amazing work. We recently launched a 4K 30 420, very cost effective, over 1 gig. But now we're 4K 60 444 with HTTP 2.2 over 1 gig. So it's
talk about that for a second, because and the reason I asked my initial question is how do you do that? Because an uncompressed 4K is 18 gigs.
Right.
18 gigs.
Yes. So we're leveraging JPEG 2000. So there is some compression, but with JPEG 2000, it's amazing. Digital Cinema is using JPEG 2000, so that's how they show movies. So it does an amazing job where it's visually lossless. It's just a itchy, little bitty bit of latency. I mean, it's hardly noticeable, right? But you're getting great video over 1 gig, which, again, 10 gig is coming, but that infrastructure is so expensive today. 1 gig is just, it's amazing what they're able to do. So, pretty cool stuff.
Very cool. All right, now how do people find out more about AMX and SVSi and all that? And Harman?
Harman. So it's really easy now. Just come to Harman.com or HarmanPro.com.
Okay.
HarmanPro.com has all the brands listed there, and again, as David talked about, all the solutions too.
All right, very good.
Awesome.
Shaun Robertson, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tim.
Shaun Robertson from Harman. My name is Tim Albright from AVNation. For more information about us, visit avnation.tv.